everyone, now we're going to be reviewing Spider-Man 2, I believe, which calls for the Raimi suit. Ah yes, I know I really do like the Raimi suit, it's just not my favourite. Ah yeah, you know what, let's just review all the 3 films in one video.
Yes. Which means we're really long.
Very true. Alright, so, Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 1. This is...
I'm just saying, this film to me feels the most like Spider-Man than any other one.
Yes, this...
It's basic
Okay.
with Spider-Man, but it's in a good way where it feels so accurate to the comics.
Yeah, I completely agree. In fact, I actually think this, out of everything, apart from the Spectacular Spider-Man and the 90s Spider-Man series, and Ultimate Spider-Man, and I mean the comic, this is the best adaptation of Spider-Man ever. And I completely agree with it. I completely believe that. Tobey Maguire is absolutely perfect as Peter Parker. And I know he's not that really good with being a quippy Spider-Man, but I don't think it really was needed for this. I love how New York feels like in this film. I don't know. New York feels like a place you'd want to protect with great people in it. It feels like a real city. I don't know. The film feels real. It feels emotional. It's a story about growing up and accepting responsibility and being a good person.
I love Spider-Man. I love Green Goblin as a character.
Willem Dafoe is absolutely perfect.
That's the thing. It's just so perfect.
In
the only
fact,
thing you can say is the organic webs.
The organic webs are not a problem at all. The suit, I will say, people may say now, how the fuck did Peter make his awesome suit? I actually think he would be able to, because we already see he's a great drawer. And I think with enough months he would be able to make a suit like this, personally. I do wish it was a bit more homemade looking, but not a big issue. Green Goblin's suit looks awesome. I was gonna say I would have preferred a more comic accurate one, but I don't know now. It kind of suits it more. Because it looks more militarized, doesn't it? I don't know. It also looks more like an actual green goblin, not a green and purple goblin. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I really like how Green Goblin is like the opposite of Peter, because they're both responsible, they're both scientists, but they both gain powers, but instead one becomes a great person, a superhero, someone with a lot of responsibility and empathy, whilst the other one becomes a spiteful, selfish, narcissistic serial killer. You know? They're like the complete opposite. Green Goblin is the perfect hero, is the perfect villain to Spider-Man in this story. They have the same journey, but with a different outcome. Because in the film, I don't know, I just...
And J.J. Wilkinson.
Oh yeah, the cast of this film is absolutely fucking phenomenal. J.K. Simmons is amazing. Everyone is. I only have one gripe with this film, and it's a tiny ass one. In the funeral scene, I think James Franco's line delivery with Harry was a little bit off. It's just like, I swear on my life, Spider-Man will be dead. It feels a bit... The acting isn't stellar. Though I will admit, in a realistic scenario, you might say it's because Harry is doesn't have much confidence in saying this to Peter. Because it's like, you know, they're still technically teenagers. So it might be a bit awkward for him to say, I want this guy to be dead, but I don't know. I feel like that could have been done a bit better, but that's it. Everything else I fucking love about this film. I love Spider-Man 1 so fucking much. And I don't care. To me, it's an S tier. One of the greatest comic book films and adaptations of all time. It's
S tier, huh?
Yep. Everything about this film is absolutely fucking amazing. I don't really have any issues with this film. Like,
for me, this is how it is. I like Endgame more. A little.
Okay. Another thing. I want to say as well, I really like MJ's story in this film. I actually think,
She's not our best in this. Any other films, I'm being concerned, MJ.
yeah, in Spider-Man 1, she was really likable. Everyone was likable in Spider-Man 1.
Except for Flash.
Oh yeah, Flash was shit, but that's okay.
I love
He was supposed to be the bully
the guy
character.
who like makes food for Harry. What's his name?
Bernard.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah. Okay, so
He's just awesome. Just because he is.
so
Do we have to explain why we
yeah.
love him?
So I really like how in the film MJ starts off as just she lives in this abusive household, and she feels like the only place she can feel the only way she can express herself is by being a popular girl at school, you know,
Yeah.
being with the most popular guy, which is Flash. But she wants to be an actual actress with real passions and shit and all that. And when Peter genuinely shows how much he believes MJ can do that, that's what makes her decide to stop being a Flash and start pursuing her dreams. And that's what Peter does throughout the whole film. Peter made MJ a better person. Peter, with his reassuring shoulder on MJ, because Peter genuinely cared about MJ and inspired her to live her dreams, MJ started actually being an actress. And that's why she fell in love with him, really, because he was the only person who ever paid attention to her and actually cared. That's the real reason why. Peter in Spider-Man 1 is like the nicest guy ever. And he's the nicest guy ever because he used to be selfish, you know? He learned it the hard way. He learned with great power comes great responsibility. And he really did make a promise to be the best person he can be. And you believe it. That's the main reason why this film handles Spider-Man the best. Because Spider-Man isn't just a good person, but he's also making other people better as well. So yeah. I convinced you with that, didn't I?
Yeah, if you don't know what just happened, I put Spider-Man above Endgame. Endgame, you're great, but come on, you ain't doing that, man.
Hell, it's really hard for me to decide if I like Spider-Man 2 more than 1 at times. I think Spider-Man 1 is a masterpiece, 100%.
I love the hero.
I just love how well Spider-Man is done in this film. I love how Peter goes through an actual journey and he makes MJ better. It just makes it even more sad that Peter rejects MJ at the end because he's like, I'll put you in danger because I have to be Spider-Man. It's just so heartbreaking because he spent the whole film doing that, and he ended up earning MJ's love just by being a good person, not by being desperate or anything. And that's honestly what true love is, you know?
Patrolling, but I do have notes.
You really understand people. I don't know, in Spider-Man 1, to me, I honestly don't know if I like it more than Spider-Man 2. To me, I like Spider-Man 1 more than mostly everything else in the MCU. It's just such a great film. And such a great adaptation of my favourite superhero, apart from 4 because I'm Wallace. I'm just... Jesus Christ, I just love this film so much. S tier all the fucking way, 10 out of 10. Yeah, you can say it's corny at times, but who gives a shit, so are the comics. Who gives a crap if something is like that, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a bit of theatre. It's just a bit of theatre, okay? If done well, even a pantomime can be done well, okay? You don't know what that is, but regardless, okay.
It's the thing with like Path of Psycho, it can be corny sometimes, but
Yeah. Hell, I'd say the endgame can be at times, but it's done well, you know?
So this one Path of Psycho that kind of reminds me of MJ a bit, where the main character makes her improve as a person.
Yeah.
Literally happening.
I'm actually going to be honest, apart from MJ and Spectacular Spider-Man and the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, I think Spider-Man 1 got MJ the best, and Harry the best, and Peter the best, and Uncle Ben the best, and Aunt May the best, and Green Goblin the best. Fucking hell, Sam Raimi is a Spider-Man fan. He made the best versions of most Spider-Man characters, especially J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, saying the MCU's better is a fucking disgrace.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but there's a reason why so many people love these films.